and lots of light. Namaste, Ashe. Happy Friday. Happy Venus Day. Okay. Um, so emotions. Some of you, this Gemini energy. I know Mercury governs Gemini. Gemini is associated with communication, but Gemini is also associated with love. Okay. Especially in tarot, the lovers. That's Gemini energy, right? Now when we think of love in terms of planetary alignments and things of that nature, we think about Venus, right? We think about Mars, but we don't tend to think about Mercury. Um, Intuitively, before I mean, this is the reason why I hit the live button. Okay, love, emotions. We have the Three of Wands energy here, collective. Manifest your dreams. So we got manifesting. So a lot of you, the new moon is coming in. So a lot of you, that is your time to manifest. That is your manifestation period during the new moon. Me, I manifest intuitively. I manifest new moon, full moon, and whenever spirit says to manifest. The planet Jupiter, depending on where its position is, I manifest according to Jupiter. But anyway, this is about leveling up and progressing in either love or work. Okay, so a lot of you are the Three of Wands in this deck. Okay, I'm using the Intuit Tarot deck. So the Three of Wands is about manifestation, moving forward, whether it's business or pleasure, leveling up, big developments, emotional maturity with this new moon in Gemini. Action is, you guys are taking action, okay? Like I'm feeling fire, root chakra, throat chakra, okay, third eye. The Three of Wands is Aries Sun energy. The Sun governs Leo. So, Leo is fire, Aries is fire, okay? But the Sun is spiritual energy. So this is divine. This is a divinely guided, divinely empowered manifestation period for you collective. And it is connected to love or work. The reason why it's love or work is because our passion, our heart's desires is pretty much rooted in our spiritual gifts. A lot of us, we are actually operating in our spiritual gifts. That is our line of work. That is where we put our passion, okay? And the other side of passion is, if it's not work, it's love, okay? Love with another person, love of a whatever you desire to grow, develop according to your life's purpose. So earlier, it's interesting because earlier I was talking about frequencies, okay, which is different from emotions. We have the Eight of Coins here. That is dedication to the craft. So collective, this new moon in Gemini is very emotional, okay? It is definitely passion driven, okay? The Eight of Coins, this is about manifesting. This is manifestation. Manifestation of what you are skilled at, what you are committed to. This does, because it's coins, it's pentacles. A lot of people associate pentacles with money, but pentacles is earth energy. That's people, places, things that are tangible, okay? So yes, the Eight of Coins, yes, it sounds like money, but That is earth energy. So the three of wands with the eight of coins, that is definitely collective. You are manifesting the person that you desire. Okay, some of you are passionate about a very specific type of person. Okay, the eight of coins is someone who is focus driven. They are dedicated. They're sticking to it. They are committed. They are in it to win it. Okay. We have the five of coins and the three of cups and the knight of coins in reverse with the queen of cups. Okay, and the knight of swords and the king of swords in reverse with the hierophant. So the sum total of all these cards is some of you are, it's hard for you to find people who are in alignment with your spiritual belief. Some of you, you have a spiritual foundation that is unshakable. It's not going anywhere. Okay. Some of you have built a foundation that is unshakable. You're not going to tear it down. It is what it is. That's your story and you're sticking to it. A lot of you are, you have run into people, places, and things that don't align with your spiritual beliefs. The foundation that you've built, they don't fit into it. So, you know, we don't put the circle in the square if the square is not big enough for the circle to fit into, and vice versa. We don't force a square into a circle if the circle is not big enough for the square to fit into. We have the Queen of Cups here. This is spiritual and spiritual. This is a spirit guide because the Six of Coins in reverse. Okay, so you have collective. You have had your experience with people who do not reciprocate. Um, because they don't have the same belief system. So they are not, you are being undervalued because they don't, some people don't respect differences, collective, okay? So we have the Queen of Cups energy. This is, this could be your own intuition here, all right? This could be your own intuition. You are emotionally connected, but you're not able to connect with anyone emotionally for whatever reason. I'm not sure. I don't. This type of energy just lets me know that you're not around the people who are on your timeline. They're not on the same path. These people, and unfortunately, with the Knight of Swords in reverse, you may come across people who not only don't respect differences, but they're kind of insincere and rude about how they express it, right? The Nine of Swords energy. If for whatever reason this is the sphere of influence that you are able to connect with, it has caused psychological trauma in you and a lot of fear and anxiety that you may not manifest your true desires, your true love, or whatever the case may be. The Five of Coins, yes, a lot of rejection, a lot of alienation, a lot of harsh conditions, because if you are surrounded by people who do not have the same belief systems that you have, um, it can play on your psyche. We have Gemini energy out here, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of the Nine of Swords, okay, Gemini energy. The new moon is falling in Gemini, so collective, please be open to receive the energies of the new moon in Gemini, because we have the Three of Cups energy. This is that social butterfly energy, all right? This is that expressive communication that is not based off of rejection. This is based off of collaborating and just being your self and celebrating the space, place, and people that you're around. We have Cancer energy and we have Mercury energy with the Three of Cups. Okay. The nine of coins in reverse. Um, Going out, meeting new people, that's how you're going to get out of that feeling stuck energy. As long as you are around this type of energy, you're going to feel stuck. Okay. And that will cause you to feel so. The feeling stuck energy is a low vibrational energy, and that will interfere with your manifestation. Okay. So the two of wands in reverse, definitely know what your purpose is, set your goals and adjust. Okay. Because what we don't do is base our life purpose off of being in the wrong place, space with the wrong people. Okay. People who reject you. We have the vernal equinox. Dark to light. That's a fresh start. That's a time of waking up and springing into action. Okay, so the spring equinox is already here. We're leaning into the summer solstice. Okay, so hopefully that period is ending. Okay, hopefully you are already in the spirit of uh making adjustments according to what your life purpose is, and finding that three of coins energy, people who you can collaborate with, people who will actually listen to you and say, hey, I don't mind being a team player. I don't mind. Actually, we've got something in common. There's a lot of emotions. The Queen of Wands in reverse, my way or the highway. Um, for some of you, you have become um, the spirit of rejection and the spirit of being the oddball, not fitting in, okay? Being the only one in your sphere of influence that has a certain type of energy and belief that is definitely not matching what's around you. It can cause you to be a little moody, okay? It can cause you to be a little, angry. But what I will say is do not let, if first of all, if you are in a place and space where you feel like you're the only person that's like you, that's not where you don't belong there. Okay? You don't. We have the moon here. Okay, mental clarity. So release the fear and the anxiety. Sometimes we are not where we're supposed to be. How you got here, I don't know. It could be simple. It could be something as simple as maybe you were raised in the environment that does not allow you to thrive. You could have been adopted. You could have been a foster child in a group home, whatever the case may be. Or you could have married into a family that's just you're the only one that's like you. Okay. So you need to release that energy of fear, rejection, because collective, you are very emotional because you have been rejected. The spirit of rejection, has been your curtail. It's been your gravy train. It's time to release that energy. The moon here, we have Pisces energy. So revelation is coming. Okay, you are going to hear clearly what your intuition has to say to you. Those of you who have come in, welcome in. Happy Friday, happy Venus Day. We have the Eight of Cups. Yep, walk away from this environment. For some of you, it means that you need to move. For some of you, it means you need to leave home, especially if you are in an environment or raised in a family that's just they you just have nothing in common. You don't have to hate them, but not everyone accepts you. And so, if you are in an environment that doesn't accept you, please leave. Please leave. Okay. Because this environment is not allowing you to express yourself freely without any type of criticism, and it's causing you to be very overly emotional. Okay. The Eight of Cups is walking away. Release what doesn't serve you, because right now you're emotionally unfulfilled, which is why so many emotions are coming out. It's time to move on and let go. Okay. And like I said, you don't have to have a grudge. It doesn't have to be bittersweet. It doesn't have to leave a foul taste in your mouth. But just know that your life purpose, if it's not in alignment with where, who, and what you're around, what's best for you is to leave that environment. Okay. Um, I know it's easier said than done, but you know, I know some people that are just like, you know what? Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. You know, they singing that song all the way out. They are hitting the road. It's okay. If you are somewhere where you don't fit in, don't try to force it. And also don't keep exposing yourself to the spirit of rejection. We got the Eight of Wands. Once you leave, things alignment will happen. That Two of Cups energy will come. Let me just tell you, companionships, yes, companionships, being with people who feel for you just as you feel for them, that's what you need. So when you leave, this is what you will be walking into. Now, I know leaving was familiar, was comfortable, especially the environment that raised you. Okay, whether it's your biological family or non-biological family, um, leaving is a process by itself, you know. But once you leave this environment, you got the Eight of Wands and the Two of Cups. Okay, gaining momentum. Okay, actually being able to see progress, be with like-minded people, be with people who feel for you. Okay, and being in sync with your environment. That's what's important here. That's important. What's important, being able to communicate with people who are just like, hey, yep, we got the Ace of Swords here. It's like, I understand you. Yeah, yep, I agree. I agree. Okay, and then so that does something to you. We got Gemini energy. It's a lot of Gemini energy out here, okay? But I will say there's a lot of Sun and Mercury energy out here as well. Positive communication. We got the Strength card here. So, with the Ace of Swords, awareness and insight, now you are aware that there are like minded people, people who actually think like you, okay? I'm not, I can't read your name. Something Caldwell, Shayla Caldwell. I need a reading badly. In my description, not in this video because I didn't put a description here, but if you go to any video, just email me magiciansdragon13@gmail.com. Okay, and you can get a reading. Just hit me up and say, hey, I was in your YouTube chat. I'm Shayla Caldwell. I need a reading badly. I promise you I will respond. I didn't put it in the description because Spirit just like said, hey, emotions are high this weekend. Gemini is real active with the moon. So I just hit the live button. But Shayla Caldwell, I will be happy to give you a reading. I know the feeling of needing a reading badly. So, Shayla, let me just say this, okay? Because I have to let you guys know this. Oh, God. Like, there are some readers that, I feel like I know that they will give me a reading. But guess what? Because of certain energies and people and things of that nature, they no longer do private readings. They no longer do personal readings. And these are the people that I want to give me a reading. I don't trust everybody. I'm a reader. I know better. And, sometimes you guys are accusing everybody of being a fraud, but you, Shayla, I don't believe that you believe that everybody's a fraud. Okay, I know that you know that channeling messages is a real spiritual gift. However, can you imagine a reader needing a reading? We don't just trust anybody because people like me, especially if you're like me and you channel messages and you hear from spirit and you go into people's live streams and you like, oh, hell no. You even test the waters. You might give them a little something. They give you a reading and you like, damn. Your spirit is telling you before they done with the reading, like, please shut the door. Don't let this person back in your energy. But Shayla, email me magician's dragon, magician with the S at the end, dragon 13 at gmail.com. Hit me up, let me know, say, hey, Shada Caldwell from YouTube, whatever the case may be. I need a reading. And um, my next availability will be Tuesday. Okay. Um, but if you reach out to me now, I might be able to, free something, give you something as long as it's not live. To be quite honest, you guys, recorded readings are best, and I'll tell you why. I know that some of you prefer live because it's interactive, but when we can focus and we don't have any distractions, and you can rewind and rewind and rewind, okay? That's the best part. The best part is when you can rewind over and over and over again. Because sometimes things don't come to fruition immediately. Like messages, it doesn't mean that it's for today or it's for tomorrow. Okay? Um, it doesn't mean that, because sometimes we can't always the timeline, that, you know what I'm saying. A lot of people don't like to deal with timeline because things are constantly changing. The universe is constantly putting things in proper perspective and alignment. So sometimes the energy does shift. All right. And I would say this: if you can tap into your own spirit of discernment and figure out, well, not figure out, but your spiritual gift would definitely tell you who is true, then that's how you will be able to determine the proper reader for you, if that makes sense. Okay. But anyway, as far as the collective message is, because Collective, I really believe that if you just open yourself up to receiving this new moon energy that is in Gemini, first of all, um, the sky tonight, I'm on the East Coast, it was just beautiful. Like, it was breathtaking. It was amazing. There was a storm, but storms produce amazing colors in the night sky, especially when there's a storm around sunset. The colors are just amazing, and there are people who are out here who can use, who can actually read the sky. Okay, some people, the Farmer's Almanac, people, that was like the Bible for a lot of people for a lot of years. But um, reading the sky is amazing because there is a message, okay? And it can tell you what is actually going on in the cosmos. So we have the Strength card here with the Ace of Swords, okay? So now that you are aware that there are people who are like-minded, now your confidence has boosted. Now your self-belief, the belief in your own self, although your spirit has always separated you because your belief system was different. But now you know that, wow, my personal power um, is actually influential. I possess a certain type of wisdom that those who didn't believe in me, they don't possess. And let me just say something. Yeah, we got the devil in reverse here. Unhealthy patterns. I was just about to say, sometimes people, it's not that they reject you because they truly don't believe in you. Sometimes they reject you as a form of just negative behavior. That's it. They're just toxic. They want to tell your emotional maturity. A lot of people are very intentional with rejection. Okay, we got the lovers in reverse. So don't worry about that because the Two of Cups energy, that's what you're walking into. The lovers in reverse, you may not have been able to connect properly with people, and that may have caused you to have trust issues. But now the Ace of Swords, now that you know, oh, those were that was them. Oh, that was just them. I was because I wasn't born into the family, or because I have a different belief system, or because we don't wear the same islands, okay? My perspective, they don't see what I see, okay? They, you know, were not in alignment with me. Now, some people, I don't know why, but they just feel like, okay, you're different, and so let me just cause trouble for you. Knight of Swords in reverse. But we have the Death card here. So external change. You've moved on. For some of you, you literally moved out of the sphere influence of this past energy. Because, and I'm going to say past energy because you left this behind. This is already behind you. So physically moving, energetically moving, spiritually moving on. The Death card. A change has happened. Okay? A complete overhaul. Over and out. You have broken up with people. You don't have to accept them anymore. You don't have to settle anymore. Okay? A new start. That chapter has ended, and now a new chapter is beginning. Two of Swords, you're just like, you know what? I couldn't make a decision before. We got Libra Moon here. This lovers in reverse, these people, they were stalemates. They were obstacles. I was never going to get through to them. The Knight of Wands, now that I know that, okay, and now that I'm no longer in that energy, I'm traveling, I'm moving on. I know that it was never about my looks. I know that it was never about my confidence. Um, I am very charming. And I am now rebellious towards those who have rejected me. You should rebel them. You shouldn't be on their side. Rebel them. Go against them. Because they were always against you. Okay? Four of coins. In the reverse. Less is more. The more you let go, the less headache, the less rejection. Reevaluate your priorities. Release people, places, and things that don't serve you well. People who give you a headache, situations that give you a headache, let go. And collective, I think this is the place and space that you are in. Okay? The Five of Swords, all right? The Five of Swords. That energy was very abusive. You felt defeated because you were outnumbered. You were the only one with this belief system. You were the only one with this type of energy. Okay? And so folks came up against you. The Six of Swords in reverse, causing you to have emotional baggage, causing, you to not get ahead, you being mentally unstable, you know, going from bad to worse, from the frying pan to the fire. But now that you have left all of that behind, the Eight of Cups, leaving what no longer serves you, now you are actually content. You're feeling good. You're happy and you're satisfied. Okay? Because why? You left. You left. You are no longer in the place, space, okay, of a system that rejected you. The Ten of Swords in reverse, okay? You're changing your outcome. Whereas you were constantly being defeated, rejected, neglected, abused, okay? Not supported, not promoted, not respected. Now you're just like, you know what? I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm going to heal myself. And, it's not even making a comeback. It's actually just regenerating, rejuvenating, okay? Healing and restoration. So you have reconciled all that karmic energy and you've moved on. 3333. You have learned the lessons. But this is Gemini energy, okay? Gemini sun. Although Gemini, the new moon is in Gemini, but this is Gemini sun. So you have the moon and the sun's influence, and we are in Gemini season, okay? So you have a choice. The lesson that you've learned is that you do have a choice. You do not, yes, you were dealt a hand, but you have a choice to say, I don't want this. You can say, I don't want this. Not only can you just reject the cards and say, I don't want this, you can also get up and walk away from the table. You're not stuck and bound to anything that's not according to your will and your life purpose. Move it on. Reparation. But don't look for moral reparation. It's coming spiritually. Swords is mental, spiritual energy, okay? So, collective, this is your message, all right? Um, Congratulations to those who are actually making the choice to change the outcome of their destiny, their life, the energies around them, okay? And this looks really good on you. This really does. This is a really good change. It's been a long time coming, but it's okay. You being adopted, you being in foster care in a group home, or whatever family dynamic, even biological, okay? Because sometimes biological families, sometimes shit, you're just like, sometimes you question, like, how the hell was I born into a family that is against me? Okay, but I'm definitely talking to a collective. Something about your family dynamics. That's what you're moving away from. Because the family dynamics kind of set the tone of all this other external energy that just was not in alignment with you. Okay. But I also want to congratulate you, collective, because in the messages, it did say that you built your foundation. Like, although you may have grown up in an environment that just didn't support you and rejected you and didn't agree and wasn't in alignment, like, you still built your own foundation in the odds, with the odds, against all the odds. Like, you know, that is power in itself. Okay. So, for those of you who have, if you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Those who have watched and liked, thank you for your support. Till the next time, with love and light, namaste, ashe.